Good morning, everyone out there in YouTube land. This is going to be the first video on my newly revised channel talking about Miss Ahhh Jenny and the Fantastic Voyage. If you don't know what those terms mean, you need to take a look at my video on updates to the channel where all is explained. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to be talking about a very, very famous person that has been missing for over 2 months now. Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, has not been seen since Christmas of last year. No one has physically laid eyes on her since that period of time. Now, what does this have to do with misogyny? A whole hell of a lot. Because the way that this woman is being treated in her absence, and she's supposed to be sick, is just absolutely abysmal. And trust, I'm no fan of Kate Middleton. I don't know a whole lot about her. I don't know very much about the royal situation at all. I don't follow them as celebrities. I checked in for a little bit because there was so much chatter about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And I just kind of tuned it out. I was like, chatter. What does this have to do with me and my life? Absolutely nothing. But then the black chatter on the internet was getting so loud about just egregious racism that Meghan Markle and her son Archibald, oh my God, what a name, Archibald, right, was being subjected to, that I tuned in to see if there was, anything to it, and there was. I was like, oh my God, these British people are like Klansmen. They are ungodly racist. Like, who knew? I didn't know until I tuned in to check out what was going on with Harry and Meghan. And no matter how you feel about those two people in particular, and I don't have any strong opinions about either one of them as far as I can tell, they seem like, your typical celebrities. They are going to be a little self-obsessed and self-involved and looking out for number one. That is how celebrities get to be celebrities. They don't get to be celebrities any other way. Okay, you people who think, oh, they're just gonna be the perfect person, they're my role model. If you think that, then you're the fool. To get to that level of stardom, you have to be pretty cutthroat. So, people complain and whine and cry about the fact that Meghan Markle is that way. But trust, in order to be swimming in those shark-infested waters, she had to be. So I don't have any particular opinion about her. A lot of people want to attack her character like she's the only celebrity to do grimy things. Please, they all have. You're really naive if you think that they are the images that they present to you. Those are very carefully curated images that are presented to you for a certain purpose, to get you to do something, usually to buy something from them, usually, or support them in some kind of way that translates into energy or money. And no shade to celebrities. You do what you gotta. That's the life you want to lead. I have no judgment on it. But at the same time, when something as disturbing as this happens, this woman, Kate Middleton, has just gone missing in plain sight, and it's like nobody gives a flop. I curse a lot. So in my everyday speech I do, I'm a ghetto princess, I curse like a sailor. So instead of dropping the F-bomb, I'm going to say flop, because I can't cut it out entirely. I just can't. So anyway, nobody gives a flop about what this woman is going through. And I think it's really tragic, because as far as we don't even know if she is alive. I'm not saying she's dead, but when you haven't seen someone for that is that much in the public eye for that length of time, things start to look really suspect given some of the things that have been going on. So let's get into it. My whole thing with Kate Middleton, KDM, is habeas corpus, produce the body. So that is what Kensington Palace needs to do, and for whatever reason, they can't do it. They cannot produce a body. This woman, you know, we're hearing from her through Twitter. We're hearing through her from these little weird little palace letters. And it'd be like, Kensington Palace says, da 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 da. She went onto Twitter and she said, da 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 da. And yet, everyone wants to see a body. We haven't seen a body. We've got all these rumors and speculations about what is supposedly, allegedly being produced as a body. And it's really weird. It's really weird. I'm like, how is it that this is a full-grown, incredible celebrity person that has just disappeared in plain sight? All right? Plain sight. I mean, it is really weird. Everyone's talking about it. People, and we should be. If a person, a whole entire grown person with children, this woman has 3 children, a whole entire grown person with 3 children has just disappeared from public view in plain sight. That should set off alarms. That should seriously set off alarms. So let's talk about the concept of habeas corpus, since I'm a lawyer and on this channel we talk about legal things. So, habeas corpus. What is it in simple terms? The great writ of habeas corpus is a fundamental right in the Constitution, that's the United States Constitution, that protects against unlawful and indefinite imprisonment. Translated from Latin, it means, show me the body. Habeas corpus has historically been an important instrument to safeguard individual freedom against arbitrary executive power. So I would argue that this definitely applies in this case. Habeas corpus, show me the body of Kate Middleton. And, you know, is this a live body that you're going to show me, or a not so live body? Now, I have my reasons for saying that. Let's talk about Miss Middleton's timeline. On December 25th, 2023, that was her last public appearance. Okay? So supposedly, allegedly, after that, she was admitted to the London clinic on January 16th. Again, according to these weird little statements that get issued by Kensington Palace. So apparently it's a whole lot of formality around how language gets communicated about these people. And this Kensington Palace, they put out things on their little letterhead, which is so old school. You know, everybody's on social media. Everybody's on the Instagram or the YouTube or the Twitter, or, you know, they're on social media somehow. Nobody really does things like that anymore, but they're still holding on to it. So they are putting out these little notices on their little letterhead saying that she's going to get surgery. So that was on January 16th. Kensington Palace issued a statement after she went to the hospital. Now, everybody's got different accounts of what exactly happened, and nobody knows for sure. But some accounts have said that right before that statement came out, the police came to wherever Kate Middleton, and she's married to the Prince of Wales. His name is, and this is how far out the loop I am with these people. I hear the chatter around them. It's always the Prince William, Kate Middleton, but I've never really followed them, so I don't really know their names all like that or their titles all like that. So excuse me if I get it wrong. But at their house, which they were at, you know, they got multiple houses. They're very, very wealthy people. So they were at their house in Sandringham, and supposedly, allegedly, the police had to come, and the police and an ambulance took somebody away. And then after that, the palace issued this statement talking about, you know, she is having abdominal surgery, and it was planned, and, you know, don't trip, because this was what was meant to happen all along. Okay, that seems suspect to me, because if you was going to have surgery all along, Number one, you wouldn't need police and an ambulance to escort you. Well, maybe you would if you're a very famous celebrity person. But it just seems like it would have been just a little more undercover than that. I don't know. So, um, on January, so that was on January 16th, she was admitted to the hospital. On January 17th, the Kensington Palace said that surgery was successful. Okay. Um, then, after, on January 18th, Prince William was photographed leaving the hospital. All right. Now, another thing that's weird. This is the only report of this man going to see his wife that's having serious surgery in the hospital. The only report. Now, mind you, she has been missing. She has been in this hospital supposedly for about 2 weeks. And in all that time, he only visited her one time. He didn't take the kids. Like, maybe these people live really differently. But again, that just seems really suspect, because normal families, they try to be there every day, especially if someone is really in trouble. They try to be there every single day. Katie, I hear people call her Waity Katie. Waity Katie can't get that? She can't get nobody waiting on her like that? Damn. Okay. So it says in this timeline, the couple's 3 children were not believed to have visited Kate in the hospital during her stay. Wow. That's grimy. You know, if somebody's mama is sick, you need to take them kids to see their mama, unless you think it would be too upsetting. But even then, because if it's that upsetting, you don't know if the mama gonna be around. Let them kids see their mama. Wow. Wow. So anyway, supposedly on January 29th, she was discharged from the hospital. All right. And the Princess of Wales returned home to Windsor to recover from her surgery at home. She's chilling, you know, everybody is because, you know, for getting her out of the woods, blah, blah, blah. And they constantly saying, the Wales family continues to be grateful for the well wishes they have received from around the world. Okay, so everybody around the world is looking at this and like, oh, please, we're hoping Katie pulls through. And from what I've heard about Katie, she's a mean girl, nasty, nasty little type. So I would not be one of these people wishing her well. If you're going to play them kind of reindeer games, is what I call them. You're going to play them kind of reindeer games where you're going to be like, well, I'm better than you because I'm Blight and I want a Blight winner. You're going to play them kind of games, you get what you deserve when it comes to this kind of thing. But I'm still like, damn, you know, this woman is in the hospital. Can't nobody visit her. She can't talk to nobody. It's kind of crazy. So then on February 7th, King Charles has a cancer diagnosis publicly announced, which that's weird. That's weird. So while Katie was in the hospital, Prince William wasn't doing his public duties. Then then his father also announces that he has cancer. I mean, it's like they competing for sympathy at this point. You got Kate in the hospital, can't nobody see her, can't nobody hear from her. And you got King Charles talking about he got cancer and he can't be in the public eye. And it's like, they are like, fuck it, I don't want to work. Flup it. They like, flup it. I don't want to work no more. I'm not doing this. Both of them, I don't blame them, because it's just a whole lot of drama being a celebrity. To me, it's not even worth it. But, you know, they are, everybody is like taking a chill pill. They just chilling because they all sick and they all broke, bottom line. So February 18th, William attended the BAFTA Awards without Kate. BAFTA stands for British Academy of Film and Television Arts. So that's like, I guess, our Oscars in America. I don't know. But, you know, because Kate had always been there with him, everybody's like, damn, she still ain't read better. You know, the public has a very short memory. So you can tell them all you want to that, well, she's not going to be out for a while. They're still not going to understand or believe that. This is the I want to say American public, but mainly it's the British public that is all on Katie and William's tips. But, you know, it does look weird when you see them. I mean, because they are so famous, I have always seen them together. And so for him to just be going to these awards by himself, it look weird. People are going to notice that. People going to have something to say about that. So February 27th, Prince William dropped out of a royal engagement due to a personal matter. People are dying. He's got a godfather, King Constantine of Greece. This dude had a Thanksgiving. I'm like, I'm confused because in America, Thanksgiving don't come till November. It's a very big holiday where everybody see their family. So they're like, he's supposed to be going to his godfather's Thanksgiving service. I don't know what that is because it's obviously not our Thanksgiving type of deal. But it is a memorial service. And so Prince William couldn't go, and that's weird. You know, people usually do attend the funerals of their very important loved ones. And if this was his godfather, he should have been there. So that's February 27th, he couldn't. On February 29th, there's an update that Kate is doing well, but the Kensington Palace made it clear in January that her timelines are not until Easter. I think she's not supposed to be back till Easter. And this they issue because the chatter is getting really loud. People is like, we ain't seen hide nor hair of this woman for months on end. Like, something ain't right. Something's not right. So the palace start getting really loud. It's a whole lot of chatter. Now, this is where things get really, really weird. On March 4th, Kate Middleton is supposedly, allegedly photographed in a car with her mother. And that woman's name is Carol Middleton. Now, the photograph was not released or authorized by Kensington Palace. Now, it's a whole lot of speculation around this photograph, because I can tell you straight up, this photograph looks nothing like Kate Middleton. And this is somebody who never followed her, never really paid too much attention to her, but I know what her face structure looks like. It looks very British. You know how them British people look. They got all kind of angles on their face. Nose down here, cheeks down here. They don't have chubby faces unless they are from that lower class. They very classist and British. So, you know, they don't intermingle, they don't interbreed. Now, the ones that talk like this, some of them talk like this. And that will be English, but you cannot understand it. And I know, you know, I'm not throwing shade or salt on these people because of how they speak. Okay, I think it's called Cockney. That's what it sounds like. That's how it sounds to me. Now, I know that as Americans, our English is very bastardized as well. Okay, it's a very bastardized kind of English. Their English, it is the King's English that is the real English, if you want to get really proper about it. So it's how those royals speak when they are speaking properly. That is technically how English is supposed to be spoken. But I don't like that English either. It's too much. It's just too formal. It's just, they can keep that. I like my American English. I do. It's like this rapper a long time ago said, I'm outspoken. My language is broken into a slang, but that's just a dialect that I select when I hang. I mean, you know, that's real cool. That's creative. And American English gave us hip hop, and hip hop is cool as flub. It's cool as flub. So, you know, I love me some hip hop. That's why I call myself the hip hop litigator. And I lost my thought. I'm sorry, y'all. I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? I was talking about Kate Middleton's picture. So there's a picture with her and her mother, and her face looks jacked up. Now, the only way this could be Kate, in my opinion, the only way this could be Kate Middleton is if she had plastic surgery, and they had to rebuild the structure of her face because her face looks huge in a way that someone with her bone structure, her face wouldn't look that huge. Even if it was bruised, it would just look bruised, but still with them little long skinny bones on her. And them bones, this bone structure is like the fucking paleo, what do you call them, the people with the thick skulls, them bones look like that. What they call Neanderthals, Paleolithic Neanderthals. This person looked like they got some relation to them. So, you know, people are like, well, is it a body double? Is it a look-alike? This is not her. We don't believe this is her. And then there are people who are like, it is her. It is her. But that was never an officially released photo. So if it is her, all I can say is major facial reconstruction. And, you know, and that can be so jarring that it would be understandable why she would be hiding out and not trying to come into the public view. Because major facial reconstruction, I've seen people who have had it, even if you look good from it, you still look different. You look completely different than you looked before. And, you know, what happened to her where she would need that is what I'm wondering. But bottom line is, ain't nobody buying that this picture that was photographed on or about March 4th, nobody's buying that it was her. Okay, so now this is where things get really, really, really crazy. March 6th, the palace issues a response to the continued online speculation about Kate. And that response was, look, I don't give a damn. That was Prince William. He was like, I don't give a damn about no social media. I don't care. I got work to do around this palace, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Leave me the hell alone about this Kate questions y'all keep asking me. It's just enough. I'm tired of it. So then on March 10th, Kate supposedly, allegedly, I don't believe this is her doing this, but they say that she shared a Mother's Day photo and message. This is where it gets really, really weird. It's a picture with her smiling. She's surrounded by her 3 kids. Everybody looks great. Like, this is a damn good picture of her and her kids. Except, I always talk about people being grammar Nazis, people who got to point out every little comma and every little colon and every little period that's not in this correct place and every little word that's not quite the word it's supposed to be. I call these people grammar Nazis. Apparently, there are picture Nazis, and picture Nazis are people who look at a picture and tell what is not right with the picture. Now, if you just look at the picture real quick, to me, and if you're not used to looking at these people, it looks like a perfectly fine picture. I wouldn't think nothing is wrong with the picture, but I'm not studying it as if it is the bar exam, okay? There are people who have studied this picture that, like it's the bar exam, and they have found 16 things wrong with the picture, where if you look at it really, really hard and you study, you put it in a microscope, you will find some weird things about this picture. Now, the youngest child, I don't know his name, I think it might be Louis, I don't know. But the youngest child's hand in the picture looks jacked up. Somebody's like he's throwing up gang signs. Somebody's like he's sending messages, please come help me. He looked like he got 5 fingers. That's weird. Then they also talk about the little girl's skirt ain't matching up to her body. And they talk about Kate Middleton wearing clothes that she done worn before. They don't ever do that. They apparently got to wear, I don't know, different clothes to every freaking outing, and people be tracking this. I can't believe there are people who track what this woman wears every day. Like, really? Really? So, because everybody online was going off about the pictures, the AP and Reuters. So these are the people that say what is news and what is not news and what's real. They're supposed to have some standards. I don't believe they got no standards. But they're supposed to have some standards by which they determine whether something is really newsworthy or is this the real truth or not. So they did this thing called a photo kill. So they did a photo kill. I mean, that's an ironic choice of words, saying that the picture wasn't a real picture. And that just caused the internet to explode about where is this woman that y'all so desperate to prove that she alive and she okay, that you making up fake photos about her. Because there's been a lot of analysis over this photo. And what has been decided by all the internet chatter is that this is not really a photo of this woman. This is pictures, a conglomerate of other pictures that have been taken of her and put together. So they're saying that her face from this photo that was released on March 10th is from a 2016 British Vogue magazine. And the resemblance between those two pictures is uncanny. I do believe somebody cut and pasted a little Vogue magazine picture into this picture, and they got her looking. She looking like she about 16 years old. This woman is 42. Like, for real? Only Vogue could make somebody who, when she, in 2016, she had to be like 37. Only Vogue could make someone who looked to be 37 look like they about 16. But she looking good. I give it up for her. In this picture that they photoshopped or whatever they did to it, she looks good. But the AP took it down, talking about, it's not real. Do a photo kill because it's not real. So after that, it's just been a free fall of just chaos and conspiracies and all kinds of chatter about where is this woman? Why can't we see this woman? Produce the body. So after everybody went crazy over the picture being jacked up, supposedly, allegedly, Kate issues a statement saying, "My bad. I'm sorry. Sometimes I edit photos. I'm sorry if this caused y'all confusion. Hope you had a happy Mother's Day anyway." Like, don't nobody know what to believe from these people no more. I don't believe that if this woman is so sick that she cannot take a picture and she got to snip, clip pictures together in a way that looks crazy. Everybody's like, she an amateur photographer. Well, if she was an amateur photographer, wouldn't she know that all the other photographers gonna say this picture look crazy? I mean, I'm not a photographer, so it looked like a perfectly fine picture to me. But if she really is an amateur photographer, then she would not be putting up no crazy looking picture. She wouldn't do it. Not when there's so much at stake. Not when everybody's looking for this girl. Something in the milk is not clean. Okay? So how I see it is, okay, something is wrong. Something is wrong where the woman either she cannot be seen, and it's been a lot of theories floated. Some people are like, well, maybe she had a stroke, because there's a lot of people having strokes, and I'm not even going to say why, because I don't want to get in trouble with the powers that be. But it's a lot of people that have been having strokes. So maybe she had a stroke and her face cracked, and she doesn't want anyone to see her face. That is a possibility. Maybe something happened to her face. How did something happen to her face? What happened to her face? A face is pretty high up on the human body. So if something happens to your face, it's usually because somebody punched you in it or slams your head down. I'm just saying. What could happen? What could have happened to this woman's face that cannot be seen? Maybe she has mobility issues. Maybe, she has a colostomy bag. It's a whole lot of conjecture now about what is wrong with her that her body just cannot be seen. Some people said that she's in a coma. Some people said she just had a nervous breakdown because of all the stress of being in such a fishbowl, what it will do to you. It will get to you after a while. But the thing is, for her to be trotted out and be made to say, I'm sorry, when she clearly is having such a difficult time, she's clearly having such a difficult time in life, is Miss Ahhh Jenny. Miss Ahhh Jenny. So this woman is pretty much carrying the weight of this Kensington Palace on her shoulders. So much so that she really can't even be sick without people losing their ever-loving minds. And when she doesn't show up, when she can't show up for the picture, it's somebody. I don't think it was her. When somebody tries to put together these pictures to be like, look, here she go. Look at her. She looking good. She is propped up and trotted out as apologizing for that. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. You will constantly see women being thrown under the bus in this way, though, especially when it's a huge endeavor. This whole British monarchy is a huge endeavor that is cracking under the weight of its own hype. It's a lot of hype, hard to live up to it. The older lady was able to do it because she grew up in a different time. She didn't grow up with social media. She didn't grow up with all of this attention. So, you know, it's a different time, different expectations. Now everybody wants to know everything immediately, and nobody can hold up to the image of perfection under that kind of pressure. My thing is, why did Kate Middleton have to take the fall? I just don't feel it's right. And regardless of how you feel about Kate, because I know she's not a perfect person. I know she's done plenty of mean girl, grimy stuff. I hear the chatter. So, you know, save that, because that's not the issue right now. The issue is, do you think she's being treated differently because she's an XX? Do you know what XX means? Look back to my cheat code video to see what I'm talking about. Do you think she's being treated differently because XX? I do. And I don't feel it's right. Let me know what you think. Peace. Am Lee, your everyday light worker.